Well, make that 6. They say don't mess with Texas. This could be why. Texas Governor Rick Perry traveling the nation, going after high-tax states to attract workers down to his state. First was California, then Illinois, Connecticut, New York, Missouri, and now Maryland. The Republican governor joining me now from Washington on, well, taking those jobs. What's the latest from Maryland, Governor?
Hey, Neil, how are you? Very good conversation that we had with the people over in Maryland. We shared with them the story of what's going on in Texas and kind of juxtapositioned the two states. Last night, Governor O'Malley and I had the chance to debate the issues. So I think it's a good, thoughtful conversation that we have with the American people about red state versus blue state policies, and you know, which one of these fit best for you. Which one of these states would you rather live in if you're a small businessman or woman, or a big business for that matter? You want to live in a state that's got onerous tax regulation and burdensome regulatory climate, a legal system that allows for oversuing, or do you want to live in a state that's free from overtaxation, overregulation, over litigation? You know, people by and large will be happier in a state that fits their idea about where they want to live in. And that's what we want to do, is push that conversation. Let's talk about what's best for America. This isn't just about Texas and Maryland. This is about 50 states, 50 laboratories of innovation that and what our founding fathers actually had in mind when they set this country up.
All right. Now, we did put out a call to Governor O'Malley's office. We hope to have him on tomorrow. And we've talked many times before, but his argument is that things are actually going well in Maryland. So I guess the issue becomes what you're getting in terms of the numbers of employers who are willing to leave that state to come to Texas. Did you get any numbers?
Or you can look at it from another perspective that I think gives a very good insight. In July, there were over 4,500 jobs lost in Maryland. In the same month, 18,200 were created in the state of Texas. These are two states that are headed in different directions from the standpoint of the health of their economy. The CEO magazine picks Texas for the 9th year in a row as the best state in the nation to do business. Maryland is ranked, I think, 41st. So clearly, businessmen and women, as they look at these two business climates, the decision's been made. If you want to grow, if you want to have the prospect of really growing your company, you want to be in a state that has those red state policies like Texas, rather than a state like Maryland, which is blue and blue state policies.
You know, all of this comes at a time when you've already indicated you don't want to run for re-election. You're the longest-serving governor of either party in the country. And many are looking at this and this jobs push as something that could be a very sort of a credible wind at your back should you choose to run for president. Are you going to run for president?
Well, I hope it's a wind at the back for this country as we have a discussion. You know, I hope that we have a conversation about what's the best national policies for America. I do believe that it's really pretty simple. If we had the leadership in this country, put a flat tax into place, open that XL pipeline out of Canada and create all of these energy jobs in America, repatriate those dollars back from the foreign countries.
Well, you have a job growth record, and Chris Christie, a widely touted potential presidential candidate next time, that doesn't have nearly that track record, nearly that job gain. You could make a credible alternative. Have you thought about that?
I don't make any argument other than I think it makes sense to have a chief executive officer leading this country. You know, the current president didn't have any CEO experience in his life, and I think we're paying a price for it today.
To run for president. You can't tell me you haven't thought about it.
Well, I certainly have thought about it. It's an option, and in a year or so we'll make that decision. But over the next 15 to 18 months, I'm going to be pushing this conversation across America that we have 50 laboratories of innovation. Don't you think it makes sense that those states compete against each other? And it's not a zero-sum game. If you're going to say you can't go into a state and you can't compete against that other state's legislature or governor, then I don't agree with you, and I don't think you understand economics very well. The truth of the matter is, when you move a business to another state that has a policy that allows that company to grow, to invest, then you're going to have a net job creation. If every state had to compete without those types of regulatory restraints, or I should say with those types of regulatory restraints, every state would have the same growth. That's obviously not happening. Texas,
but all these states
30%.
all these states you visited, not a one with a Republican governor.
Well, certainly I go into states that have Republican governors. I went over to Florida and did a conference there and invited
a friendly
people.
Little battle across the Gulf.
Well, it's always friendly. From my perspective, Neil, it's always friendly.
This does seem
Bobby Jindal, I can promise you, is going into Texas.
It seems calculated, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, to sort of rally Republicans around this as their
But, Neil, it's an old adage, you fish where the fish are. The easier pickings are the blue states right now.
Success fishing. Governor, thank you very much. Good seeing you.
You're welcome, Neil. Good to be with you.